FS, because there is no expertise without collaboration.
Well, as we've told you this week, Apple trying to make the plastic in your wallet obsolete. During the big product launch, Tim Cook unveiled ApplePay, touting the new mobile payment service as, quote, easy, secure, and private. But will hackers find their way into your new iPhones and now your wallet? Let's ask Theresa Payton, former Chief Information Officer for the White House under President George W. Bush. She is now the CEO of Fortalus Solutions. Welcome back to the show, Theresa. Great to have you here. So, let's first start with how Apple Pay would work, because it's going to be pretty amazing if it does work. What's the technology behind it?
Yeah, so the technology is similar to those, for anybody who's using Google Wallet or using Square today, it's going to work sort of similar. So your phone or your Apple Watch or your new iPhone will basically be the point of sale that you use. So you don't have to get your credit card out anymore. Now, where Apple says they're different is they're not going to actually transmit your credit card or debit card data at that point of sale terminal. So that's going to be stored on a secure chip, and they believe that that's going to bypass the current cyber criminal tactics at that point of sale terminal.
So interesting. And of course, they're using an old-fashioned technology, radio waves, to do this. Now we're seeing more and more of the major credit card operators signing on. Discover just announcing that it's in talks with Apple to do the same thing. Sounds like everybody's getting on board. Theresa, answer this question for me, because, they make it sound so good, right? I just take my phone in, bam. Here are the retail partners that Apple Pay has. But there's got to be a hitch. Hackers are going to try to get inside this thing. What are the vulnerabilities in your mind?
Gerri, you bring up a great point. Now, the first thing is, what I like about this is it's newer technology, which means cyber criminals who have old tactics are going to have to change their ways. You're right. There's the radio piece, that near-field communications technology that has been hackable in the past, but Apple assures us that they've got sort of new encryption methods that they're using that are going to help with this. But as a consumer, there's a couple of watch points that I want to point out. The first one is, when you think about the celebrity hacking, the stealing of their photos, that happened on the iCloud through social engineering. Social engineering is going to be alive and well, and a big way that the cyber criminals are going to use to get into your data. Huh. So to protect yourself, you're going to have to think differently about how you set up these accounts. New email address that you've never used before. Use a code name. Call yourself Superman or Wonder Woman. Don't use a name that identifies back to you.
So some great advice there. Apple seems to be riding high on this. And let me tell you, this announcement couldn't have come at a better time. We've just had Home Depot announce that it's had problems with hacking. JP Morgan Chase has announced that they've had problems with hacking. They are in the sweet spot of the curve if this can really work. Do you think they're going to be able to take advantage of it?
I do think they're going to be able to take advantage of it. You've got a group of people who really love to adopt new technology. You've got over in Europe, people have been using their mobile phones to make payments for a while. So there is going to be a segment of U.S. consumers that are going to be very excited in adopting this. However, there is a segment of consumers who look at things like the iCloud hack, the fact that this particular account is going to be tied to iTunes, and there's been previous social engineering of iTunes where account takeovers have happened. So you're going to have this segment of consumers that are going to watch and wait before they adopt this technology.
Well, we can always see if it proves itself, that for sure. And in the meantime, use cash. It's still available last time I checked. Theresa, have a great weekend.
Thank you.
And now we want to know what you think. Here's our question tonight. Would you rather pay with cash, credit cards, or your smartphone? Log on to GerriWillis.com. Vote on the right-hand side of the screen. I'll share the results at the end of tonight's show.